WTIM.
Good morning. Joining us here this morning is we have on the phone is Jessica Miller, who's joining us. She is the superintendent of Pana School District. I want to thank Jessica for joining me this morning. And if I pressed all my buttons right, good morning, Jessica. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing very well this morning. Thank you.
And I'm all excited because I got to work. All right. We are live here this morning, and our live stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. And beautiful morning here in beautiful Christian County. And Jessica, schools are busy wrapping things up here in April. You guys just finished up spring break, and schools are busy back in session. And how are things going over in Pana right now?
Things are going very well, and as you said, it is busy because we're looking here as quickly as it's come to the end of the school year. It's going to approach here pretty quickly. So it's testing season. We are finishing up our IAR testing, which is our state testing, and then looking to ACT here in the next few days. So just a lot going on, a lot of events right now, a lot of the end of the year ceremonies and banquets and things like that.
As a superintendent, what are things that you look for in testing when it comes to the different grade levels? Is there stuff that you look for maybe different at the high school level than maybe at the elementary level? Or is there certain things you look for as a superintendent that may be the same at every level?
Well, I think we just look at it at the elementary level. It's going to be a little bit different because you're dealing with, different kinds of, their kids are different at the younger age, right? They need a little bit more ways to motivate them, just to see that the value in the testing, it's not just another test. It's going to reflect a lot of what their teachers have done throughout the year to prepare them for that. So they do a little bit different activities at the elementary building. They have a lot of incentives in place. They do celebrate the test once it's over, which it is a big accomplishment, always a lot of fun. Then at the high school, too, they have some different kinds of incentives for those kids to also show the value in the test that they are taking and the importance of that for the high school.
My goodness, I remember testing back in school. That's some of that stuff sticks with you years after you finish, isn't that right?
Well, you know what, and I tell people this too. Even just a few weeks ago, I took another test, for another certification that I was earning for my own licensure. The testing doesn't go away, and no matter what profession students choose to go into, there's always going to be a test. So we're exposed to that, we prepare for that, and just so they feel more comfortable in completing that process each year.
Yeah, absolutely. And different ways to take tests. I know I went to college a little bit later than most of my peers, and it's different studying methods and different practice methods that help make things a little bit better. And as we get older, we appreciate it a little bit different, I think, as well. So that helps quite a bit. So you guys have been busy, and I know it's something that's near and dear to your heart, and something that's kind of taken the forefront lately for school has been STEM. Talk a little bit about STEM, what that means to you, and how that impacts Pana School.
Well, years ago, I worked in the district as a technology integration specialist. So it was during the time when we were just introducing Chromebooks and iPads to the students and using those devices to demonstrate their learning, which really transformed now to where students have the opportunities to demonstrate their learning in different ways, in different types of technologies, with Crickets and 3D printers and just different types of tools in the classroom, AI and other things. So we had a few kids represent Pana High School and went to the Rochester STEM Fair, which was last Wednesday night. And our PHS technology application students had a booth here at the STEM Fair, and there were over 80 presenters there and over 1,000 in attendance. And our kids showed attendees how they repair Chromebooks on a daily basis. So we have kids that actually in class help us repair our own devices in-house, which is wonderful. Among other things, right? They're also 3D printing things for school. They make, our awards, our trophies, our certificates. They're always doing things, for our teachers, for our activity groups. So it's wonderful. But it was neat that they could actually put on display for the work that they're doing on a daily basis.
I'm just happy if I can unscrew it and screw it back in, and it all works together at the same time. So that's pretty awesome.
I agree that we work with a company, and I apologize, I can't think of the company right off the top of my head, but that they come in and they train our students at the beginning of the school year, like these students, and they work with them over a period of time to show them how to repair these devices. So they're getting these real world skills that can help them, with their next step and their whatever career they may choose. So pretty neat.
And what does that mean to you, Jessica, to see these students excel at these levels and to see them prosper as far as being able to see real life skills come to life and to be able to know that, you know what, we're teaching them skills that can translate to that next level?
Oh, definitely. I think it just shows the importance of what we do in our district, preparing kids for that next step, for that next level. Whether it's through co-op where our students have opportunities to work, here in the community during the school day, or it's through mentoring where we have kids that go over and mentor our elementary students from the high school, or through this technology applications class. We're trying to give our kids opportunities, throughout the day that are real world opportunities to show them that, what they're learning at school does apply to the next step in their life.
That's one area where I'm fascinated with. Obviously I'm a little bit older. We were just getting computers in our classrooms when I graduated high school back in the early aughts. But computers obviously play a big role in schools now, and technology plays a bigger role in that, and a big part in Pana School District. Talk a little bit about technology and the impact that it plays in Pana.
Well, I mean, it's just not that technology is everything, right? But it's not going away. So our students need to be prepared on how to use it and how to use it properly. With AI is big right now in a lot of things that you read about and you discuss education, and is teaching kids how to use those tools to actually help them and make what they produce better, not just using it to generate their ideas or to generate their work. So technology is a part of what we do here at the high school, or even elementary and junior high, but it's not everything. So it's showing them that it's a tool, but we have to use it appropriately.
Cool. All right. Literacy, another big thing, another big area where you guys are really working towards as far as prospering. Talk a little bit about the importance of obviously reading, but it goes beyond that as far as comprehension as well.
Sure. So, I mean, we know that literacy is a big part of what we do, and it actually leads to, we know this, long-term academic success, and also helps build our stronger foundations for all of our kids. Reading is everywhere. It's with all of us. So we are really working in the district to take a look at what we are doing with literacy, how we are teaching literacy, what are our instructional practices, what strategies could we use that are better out there, make some improvements, but also, acknowledge some of the things that we are doing that are working really well as well. So we are partnering with People's Bank and Trust. They have made a $35,000 donation to our school district in the hopes of providing more professional development and curriculum for our teachers in the area of literacy and reading instruction. So I'm very excited about that. We're focusing on the science of reading, and we are looking to bring in Dr. Lindsay, who's from the University of Michigan, to assist our teachers and work in the classrooms right alongside the teachers as they look for ways to improve their reading instruction. So a lot of good things coming in the next year.
Awesome. And obviously grants play a big part in that as far as being able to help and be able to teach and be able to provide that education level to be able to help. So big help with that. Very cool. You guys have a spring concert coming up. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, they're practicing today. I saw them wheeling over all of the equipment at the junior high. So fortunate to have the auditorium there at the junior high school. Our elementary students are going to have their spring concert tonight at 5:30, and they also have an art showcase going on at the same time. So a lot of things on display. Be great for the community, the parents, to come check everything out. And last I spoke to Mrs. Neal, who's an amazing music teacher, she had worked with the kids to create their own music and write their own lyrics to these songs. So I just can't wait to see it all come together this evening.
Going to be awesome. Go ahead and head out to Pana and go check out the wonderful spring concert that's taking place. That's tonight, correct?
Tonight at 5:30 p.m. at Pana Junior High School.
Yep, you're not going to want to miss it. All right, we've got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the other great stuff going on in Pana and take a look at some spring sports that are taking place. We are live on the phone with Jessica Miller, Pana School Superintendent, talking to her about some of the awesome things that are going on in Pana and around Pana School District. You're listening to WTIM, your information station. We'll be right back in just a moment.
rewards on qualified signature-based debit card purchases. If not, then we need to talk. Hi, my name is Julie Sanchez with People's Bank and Trust. Join the growing number of our customers who are earning cash back on all qualifying debit card purchases. You already use your debit card. Now make it work for you with Save by Spending rewards from People's Bank and Trust. Earning rewards is as easy as shop, sign, and save. Call 888-PBT-1954 and find out more about our Save by Spending rewards program today. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, Brian Booth at Bob Ridings in Pana. It's Jeep month here in Pana. We have some huge savings on pre-owned Jeep Wrangler models. We have 2025 Saharas starting at $34,990, up to Rubicon 4xEs at $39,990. These are up to $30,000 off MSRP on one-year-old Jeep Wranglers. In our last fleet purchase of these, we have Saharas, Willys, Backcountries, and Rubicons. We even have some with the one-touch power top. Find them only at bobridingspana.com.
Dinner time just got easier with Pizza Man of Pana. Enjoy great food that includes amazing pizza, tasty pasta, salad bar, and chili. On Monday nights, enjoy the spaghetti special with garlic bread and a side salad for $8. On Tuesday nights, come in for the lasagna special with garlic bread and a side salad for $9. On Wednesday nights, grab yourself an individual pizza and side salad for $9. Pizza Man of Pana is proud to be serving Pana and the surrounding areas with great Italian food since 1985. Great news, Christian County. The Christian County Health Department is now offering lab draws for patients. That's right. Getting your blood work and similar tests done is now easier and more affordable than ever. This new service helps you get the tests you need at a lower cost than many doctors' offices. Just stop by 730 North Pawnee Street or give them a call to schedule your appointment at 217-824-4113. That's 824-4113. Your Christian County Health Department, always working for a brighter, healthier future.
If you're looking for music that stood the test of time, then join me, Randy Miller, Sunday mornings from 6 to 8 on 96.5thechill.com. I host Win the Day Replay, a 2-hour syndicated show that takes you back to the roots of contemporary Christian music. From the songs that started a movement to the hits that shaped our faith, you'll hear 2 hours of encouragement, inspiration, and timeless CCM. Win the Day Replay, going back to the music that built our faith. Sunday mornings, 6 to 8 on 96.5thechill.com.
This is Alex with Wright's Furniture and Flooring. What if I told you your tax return could improve your quality of life? We spend 1/3 of our life sleeping, and that third affects the other 2. When you buy a Wright Sleep mattress, you will get a better night's sleep for years to come. And now, through April 18th, you will save $300 on any of our Wright Sleep mattresses. Also, we will pay your sales tax on all in-stock furniture and accessories. Swing by Wright's in Diedrich to learn more about improving your quality of life.
WTIM.
Good morning, Lyric Lamola here with you as we are live here on our WTIM morning show, hanging out with our friends in Pana. And joining us this morning is Jessica Miller, Pana School Superintendent. Always thrilled to talk to Jessica about some of the great things that are going on over at Pana Schools. And I always get such a kick out of going whenever we get the chance to go do sports over there and go whether it's oftentimes usually for basketball when we get to go there, but to go do some of the cool stuff. But Jessica joining us this morning, and Jessica, again, great to have you on here. Our show brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust. And Jessica, I know you guys are always in the need for more space and more places to be. One of the areas that I know has been in the talks for quite a while has been the vacant property that is where Walmart used to be. Talk a little bit about that and what you got. Is that something that's been in the works for a while now, if I remember right?
Yes, it has. It's been in the works for several months now. What we have done is went in and put in doors there on the front of the building. You'll see as you drive by those overhead doors so that we can move buses over that property. We're getting closer to the time where we can actually use that facility. We've been working with different companies to make sure we have our internet working over there. You know, our phone lines ran over there so that we can then start business as usual. But it's exciting to see that that lot, that building being used here in the near future. It is sat empty for several years. It's a very large building. What's funny is that we have some buses sitting over there, and they look like little Tonka trucks sitting in the Walmart building. It's such a big facility, but it's great to see it being utilized here by the school district, and hopefully over the years evolve into something much more than a bus garage. So it's nice to have the space. It's nice to have a nice facility to then work on our buses and our other transportation vehicles. So.
And for those who don't know, is that the end goal for that building? What is the ultimate end goal for that?
The end goal is to have our transportation system ran out of that facility, in the hopes that expanding it into something else in the future. It all depends on where funding lies in the future. It would be great to see the other half of that building utilized for something else within the community, but we'll have to see what's to come. So stay tuned.
All right, sounds good. Exciting updates for Pana. One of the other areas where you guys are always seeking improvements on is over in your sports, and with all that stuff going on. I know you guys had a very, very busy weekend, lots of things going on with track and field. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, Saturday we hosted the Pana Invite, which has been a long-standing traditional track meet here in the community. We had 12 teams in attendance. And we also hosted softball and baseball all on Saturdays. It was a busy week here for the school district and the community, but it's exciting to see so many student athletes coming into town. All
right. Yeah. And one of the other areas where you guys are really, really working on is with the softball field. And so with so many spring sports going on as well, but talk a little bit about the softball team.
Well, just west of our elementary school, we're working to put in a new softball field for our softball teams. We're working with Jane L. Strawn out of Rochester to finish that project. So it looks great. It's exciting to see it come together in the hopes that the girls can then play on this field this fall with fall softball at the junior high level.
What are some of the things that maybe you hear from maybe parents, coaches, that are there things that you hear as far as like things that they want? Obviously there's wish lists of things that they want. It's gotta be tough as a superintendent to kind of balance that wish list from things that they want, but also you've got to kind of balance that. That's gotta be a tough job of balancing the wishes and the understanding of the budget as well.
Oh, most definitely. But ultimately, our goal is to have, if at all possible, all of our sports on one campus. So we're very fortunate in our community to have our schools on one campus. So our next goal was to get all of our sporting facilities on that campus. And then once that is achieved, then we'll look to see what our next priorities are. But I think it's great for the community to see our school district all together in one spot. It just shows unity. We are so lucky to have the facilities that we have, and the maintenance crew that helps take care of the property. It looks great. And we receive a lot of compliments too from not only our coaching staff, but our community members, and then others that visit the community for different events. Lots of compliments on our facilities and in the way that we keep things here in the district. So very proud of that.
Jessica, you do a lot for Pana School District, but obviously you don't do it alone. You've got to have quite a bit of a staff helping you. Talk a little bit about what that staff means to you.
I do have to give a huge thank you to my unit office staff. I have a great crew in here that works hard every day to make sure that our ship stays afloat. They do a little bit of everything from riding the bus as bus aides to helping transport students where they need to be, with keeping the books and keeping me on schedule. So just a huge thank you to the work that they do behind the scenes every single day. And then I want to give credit too to our administrators. Our administrators work very hard to make sure that just things run smoothly on a daily basis. So I want to give credit to them as well for their care for students and for staff, and just doing what's best for our kids.
All right, sounds good, Jessica. Where can people go to get more information on Pana School District?
Oh, please check us out. Facebook page. Our Pana Schools Facebook page is a great place to start. Also, our website. We try to post all the great things going on a daily basis. So feel free to visit and check out what we've got going on.
All right, sounds good. We've got to end our segment here today. Jessica, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, you're listening to WTIM, your information station. Back in just a moment.
WTIM. The big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5 FM Shelbyville. 107.9 FM Pana Nokomis.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. With the American naval blockade of Iranian ports in full force, President Trump says Iran is anxious to reach a deal with the U.S.